Hello, hello there, Taurus. This is Miss Joan, Miss Joan's Tarot on the Hill. And yes, it's also Lady J's tarot reading. Huzzah! I read cards at Ren fairs, and here I am in my tent, and I thought I'd show off where about half of my subscribers met me so that the rest of you will all catch up. I will likely be changing my channel name next year, and I wanted you to see in the flesh why and how the name has come about, because Miss Joan isn't good for a pirate, now is it? All right, so let's talk about the guiding card for the month. We have the guiding card, which is Purification, Black Tourmaline. We are indeed in purification mode. We are releasing old physical things and ways of thinking that are holding us back, as we are indeed, Taurus. You're waking up in a lot of ways, some of them spiritual, some of them other ways, and we're excited to see what comes for you. All right, so this is wonderful, good news, exciting stuff. And let us talk now about the week of the 17th to the 23rd. We have the 3 cards in front of us from the overview video. And we have this pre-programmed set of cards from that Alleyman's Tarot, which is super interesting and exciting because we're never getting the same cards twice, I'll tell you that. And I'm going to go ahead and add these cards right now, all right? So that we can expand and see where we're headed, all right? Interesting. I just never know what these are going to look like at all. So exciting. So, let's talk about this. We have Suffering in Silence. This card here is speaking very much about how there's been a burden of information brought to you. And what you're doing is not really talking about that burden. You're sharing it. You're not sharing it. And that's one of the things that's happening. The burden of that weight is more than you'd expect. I am outside, so we will have cars driving by, airplanes, and whatnot, all happening all at once, so including possibly people doing people things. So bear with me. We'll get through this, all right? The first card about what else is going on this particular week is Lightning in a Bottle. It's potential. It's complete, amazing, electric, completely bombastic potential, all tied up in a bow in a bottle. Okay, so know that this is a big deal. You have potential in a bottle. Whether or not you choose to take the cork off is up to you, but there is something truly outstanding waiting. If you're interested, you can, I don't know why it's causing you suffering, but maybe you haven't been able to speak the words out loud to someone else about what you've got. And it's hurting you to hold on to it. So that's interesting. And we have this fella here. It's the Seven of Swords. And the Seven of Swords is always about taking your power back, of course. But this fella actually stabbed himself in the leg with one of these things because he's so busy trying to take all that power. Taking all the power wounding yourself in the process is not okay, right? So you can't take all of it. You have to leave some behind. The burden is too great. So the answer of always for me with this card is like, okay, so this is about taking back responsibility. You gave away some responsibility. You delegated something, right? Now you need to take some of it back. Not all of it. Some of it. There's some of it they're handling just fine. The rest of it they're not. So you take the part back that they're screwing up, and then you feel better, right? You have control of the things you need to have control of, and that's really good news. We like that very much for you. And we want you to maintain control of certain things, but leave some of it behind so that you're not overburdening yourself in the process, okay? Cool. This card here is talking about where you're blocked. And in this situation, memories of love are blocking you. So this could be past relationships, memories of love. So If this is blocking you, you have old relationships or something that you're maybe trying to hold somebody else like up to, you're comparing relationships where you were with where you are. It's not really helpful or healthy to do so. It's really, and you can't. The only way to take this card is as an opportunity to use the memories of past relationships to help you stand in your power as you step into this, as you work with this current relationship. So let me turn that into a positive for you, okay? And we have, of course, the Three of Swords underneath it, telling us that relationship memories, and this is a secret that you had in the past. Oh, how interesting. So it feels like maybe currently in this relationship that you're in now, you haven't told them some stuff from a past relationship. And it's causing you a burden, for sure. This is the burden you're carrying. Lightning in a bottle. You gotta let it all out. It's time to get honest, people. Okay? Taurus, you need to get honest with your partner about what's going on. It'll fortify the foundation in your power once you release this thing. You have a secret. This secret you have in a past relationship. Yeah, it's time to let this thing go. And if it's triggered because of something that's going on right now, no wonder you're suffering in silence. Don't do that. Time to get honest. Let it out. You'll feel better. Everybody else will feel better. It's going to be great. But yes, it will be disruptive. All right. Just know that it will be disruptive. This is disruption. His or her reaction is going to be rather big. Don't be ridiculous about it. Just know that you can handle it and that it will be good for you. All right. We have justice, meaning that things will come into balance in the aftermath. Okay. It will be disruptive. So that know that the grenade will go off. Yeah. Okay. So what? Pressure is released. That's a big deal. And then things will start to settle and then even out. Okay? That's very good. We like that very much for you. There is the Knight of Wands here fighting for your ideas. So looks like you're going to be trying to protect yourself after you've blown up some part of this current relationship. Perfectly ordinary, I think, for him or her to have a negative reaction to this situation, to the secret that comes out. Give them time, I think, but you're obviously going to have a convincing argument as to why they shouldn't run away and leave you. Whatever that convincing argument is, I hope it remembers that, everybody gets to have feelings, and that's okay, right? So I'm going to go ahead and program these for you. We'll get a little more information about what this is, all right? So let's go ahead and add a little more information about the lightning in a bottle. It's very, yuppers, your big secret is going to be a big deal. Yeah, I know what these are. I know what that is. There isn't too much to clarify, really. This really isn't a big clarification situation. But yeah, the lightning in a bottle is super exciting. I want to see what it is. Aha! Right. When you let the lightning out, healing begins, okay? This is healing the past relationship situation where something bad happened and ultimately you need to share about it so you can get through it and get to the other side. If you don't share this wound with your current relationship, you're going to have some real issues moving forward in that relationship, all right? Sometimes things are going to get worse before they get better, all right? So allow for that, okay, Taurus? Know that I'm here for you. It's going to be all right. We'll talk next week. And, of course, like and subscribe if you haven't already. Do leave me a comment. Let me know how you receive this. If this is ridiculous, let me know. And whatever, we'll work it through and we'll come out to the other side. All right. I thank you very much for being here. I love you guys. You guys make it all worthwhile for me. And thank you. We'll see you next week.